You walk into a room. People look at you. You feel nervous. You try to act cool. You fail. You start again. You feel like you are stuck in a loop, wondering why people do not seem to notice your potential. It feels like you are always on the outside looking in, waiting for a chance that never comes. But what if the secret to opening those doors is not about being the loudest or the smartest person in the room? What if it is about something much simpler? In just a few seconds, people decide who you are. They look at you and decide, can I trust this person? Do I want to work with this person? Do I like this person? You do not get 5 minutes to explain yourself. You do not get a second chance to make a first impression. Research shows that people form an opinion about you in less than 30 seconds. This means before you even get through your first sentence, someone has already built a mental image of you. Imagine this. You walk into a job interview. You meet a potential mentor. You meet someone you truly admire. In those few seconds, you either create a brand new opportunity or you let it slip away. This video is not about tricks or fake confidence. It is about silent, powerful behaviors that speak louder than your words. Today, I am going to show you how to master these small signals. If you apply these, you will see people react to you with more respect and more genuine interest. And as you watch this, you are not just learning how to impress others, you are training your ears and building your English confidence. If you want to grow your personality and your language skills at the same time, make sure to subscribe. I share powerful, practical tips to help you speak better, think clearly, and feel more confident in every part of your life. Lesson 1. The silent power of a smile. The simplest yet most effective tool you have is your smile. Many people think a smile is just a facial expression, but it is actually a psychological switch. When you offer a genuine smile, the brain of the person you are meeting immediately shifts into a relaxed state. Think about it. The human brain is constantly on guard, scanning for potential threats. Every new person is like a question mark to your mind. Is this person safe? Are they going to be difficult? Will they judge me? When you smile naturally, you are sending a silent message that answers all these questions at once. You are saying, I am safe, I am friendly, and I am not here to compete. This lowers the tension in the room instantly. However, you must be careful here. A forced or fake smile does not work. People are much sharper than you imagine. The human brain is designed to detect micro-expressions, those tiny movements in the eyes and mouth that show how you truly feel. A real smile softens your eyes and lifts your cheeks. A fake smile feels tight and stays only around your mouth. Let me give you a clear example. Imagine two people walk into a business meeting. Person A walks in with a serious, tight face and no expression. Person B walks in looking calm and relaxed, offering a small, natural smile while saying, "Nice to meet you." Who feels easier to talk to? Who seems more confident? Who appears to have higher emotional intelligence? It is clearly person B. There is also a biological benefit to this. When you smile, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. These natural chemicals improve your mood and lower your stress. This means smiling does not just change how other people see you, it actually changes how you feel in the moment. So, remember, smiling is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of quiet strength. Before you walk into your next meeting or start a conversation, take one deep, slow breath. Relax your jaw, soften your eyes, and smile naturally. That one small shift can change the entire energy of the interaction. Lesson 2. Body language, the language without words. Before you even open your mouth to say hello, your body has already introduced you. Think of body language as your silent resume. It accounts for more than half of the impression you leave on others. If your words say you are confident, but your posture says you are nervous, people will trust your body every single time. First, let us talk about your posture. Standing up straight is not just about looking tall, it is a signal of self-respect and authority. When you stand with your chest open and your shoulders back, you look balanced and ready. Conversely, when you slouch or look at the floor, you look low in energy and unsure of yourself. Imagine two people walking into an interview. Candidate Mark walks in with his head down and his shoulders hunched. Candidate Julia walks in with a straight back and purposeful steps. Even before they speak, Julia already looks more capable. That is the power of posture. Second, avoid closed positions. Crossing your arms is a classic defensive move. It tells the world that you are guarded and uncomfortable. Instead, keep your arms loose and use natural hand gestures when you talk. Open body language signals an open personality. Third, focus on controlled movements. Nervous people tend to fidget or move too quickly. This shaky energy can make others feel anxious too. On the other hand, slow, deliberate movements show stability. When you sit down, take up your space. Keep your back straight and your feet planted firmly on the ground. This shows that you are comfortable in your own skin. Finally, remember to respect personal space. If you stand too close, you become an intruder. If you stand too far away, you seem disconnected. Finding that middle ground shows high emotional intelligence. Think of a truly successful person you admire. They rarely rush their movements or try to dominate the room. They move with calm, and that calm is infectious. Your body language is your silent introduction to the world. If you want to change how people see you, train your body to match your intention. Practice standing tall in front of a mirror. Practice walking with a steady, relaxed pace, because the way you move tells the world exactly how you feel about yourself. Lesson 3. The art of listening, making others feel heard. Most people think that to impress someone, they need to do all the talking. They believe that if they share their achievements and ideas, they will look smarter. But here is the truth. Real intelligence is shown by how you listen. Listening is not just about staying quiet while someone else speaks. It is about giving that person your full, undivided attention. It means not interrupting and, more importantly, not planning your next sentence while they are still talking. When you listen deeply, you are sending a powerful signal to the other person. You matter. Your thoughts are valuable. Your perspective is worth my time. In a world where everyone is busy and distracted, making someone feel important is a rare gift. And because of this, they will remember you. Let us look at a simple example. Imagine you are meeting a new business contact. Person A spends the entire time talking about their own success stories and future plans. Person B, however, asks thoughtful questions like, "How did you get started in this field?" Or, "What has been your biggest challenge lately?" And then listens to the answers. Who do you think leaves a stronger impression? It is definitely person B, because they made the other person feel heard and understood. Psychologically, humans are wired to love talking about themselves. Studies show that when we share our own experiences, our brains actually release the same chemicals that come from eating good food or receiving money. By letting the other person speak, you are giving them an emotional reward. They will unconsciously associate that positive feeling with you. Try using the 70-30 rule in your next meeting. Let the other person speak for 70% of the time, while you speak for only 30%. Instead of asking simple yes or no questions, try open-ended ones. Instead of asking, "Do you like your job?" ask, "What do you enjoy most about your work?" These questions lead to deeper conversations, and deeper conversations lead to lasting impressions. Remember, you do not need to show off your knowledge to impress people. You impress them by showing that you have the character to listen. Lesson 4. Connection hacks, names, compliments, and humor. The fastest way to build an instant bridge with someone is by using their name. A person's name is their identity. It is the most familiar sound they have heard since they were a child. When you use someone's name naturally in a conversation, their brain lights up. It signals that you are paying attention and that you respect them. You do not need to repeat it every 5 seconds. That feels robotic and fake. Instead, use it when you first meet, perhaps once when they share something important, and again when you say goodbye. For example, saying, "It was a pleasure meeting you, David," makes the interaction feel personal and memorable. It turns a standard greeting into a moment of genuine human connection. Next, consider the power of a sincere compliment. A good compliment is like a key that opens a door. But remember the golden rule: it must be true. People can smell fake praise from a mile away. To do this right, be specific. Instead of saying, "You are great," try saying, "I really admire how clearly you explained that project." That shows you are actually listening. Focus on their effort, their character, or their way of thinking, rather than just their appearance. When you notice something real in someone, they feel seen. And that is a feeling they will associate with you long after the conversation ends. Finally, do not be afraid of a little bit of humor. A light, respectful joke can break the tension in any formal room. It shows that you are comfortable and emotionally mature. You do not need to be a comedian or the loudest person in the group. In fact, real humor is just about keeping the mood relaxed and being able to laugh at the situation. Avoid sarcasm or sensitive topics, especially when you are just getting to know someone. Keep it clean and simple. When you combine these 3 things, using their name, giving honest praise, and keeping a lighthearted attitude, you create 2 powerful emotions in the other person. They feel valued and they feel relaxed. And when someone feels both valued and relaxed around you, they will naturally want to trust you and keep you in their circle. Lesson 5. The turnout factor. Why small details matter. Let us talk about your turnout. Many people make the mistake of thinking this is about fashion or wearing expensive clothes. It is not. Your turnout is actually about self-respect. It includes everything from your hair and nails to the cleanliness of your shoes. When you meet someone new, their brain is subconsciously scanning you, asking, "Does this person take care of themselves?" It is an instinctual judgment. If you cannot manage the small details, the brain naturally assumes you might struggle with larger responsibilities. Think of it this way: your appearance is a signal. Clean, well-kept hair says that you are disciplined. Polished or clean shoes silently communicate that you are detail-oriented. A fresh appearance shows you respect yourself and the time of the person you are meeting. This is not about trying to be a model. It is about showing that you are stable and reliable. Imagine 2 people walk into a room. Person A is wearing a wrinkled shirt, has messy hair, and looks like they just rolled out of bed. Person B is wearing simple clothes, but they are clean, neat, and well-pressed. Even if both people have the exact same level of talent, everyone will instinctively trust person B more. Why? Because person B's turnout signals discipline without saying a single word. When you take the time to groom yourself properly, you are not doing it just for others. You are doing it for yourself. It sends a message to your own mind that says, "I matter, my day matters, and my presence is important." This builds an internal sense of confidence that changes how you carry yourself. You walk taller, you speak more clearly, and you feel more grounded. So, before your next big meeting, check the small things. Are your nails trimmed? Are your clothes neat? Do you feel put together? When you maintain your turnout, you are setting the stage for success. You are proving that you have the discipline to handle the small things, which convinces everyone else that you can handle the big things too. Remember, you do not need to dress like a millionaire to impress people. You just need to look like someone who respects themselves enough to show up at their best. Lesson 6. The character of respect, building trust through action. Respect is not just a polite word you use. It is a powerful signal. It tells the other person that they are safe with you, that you value them, and that you will not try to diminish their worth. In a first meeting, this signal is everything. Many people are unintentionally disrespectful, not with their words, but with their small, careless actions. And remember, small actions create big impressions. Respect is most visible when you do not have to be respectful. It is about how you treat people who cannot do anything for you. How do you talk to a waiter? How do you treat a receptionist or a junior employee? If you are only kind to people who have power, that is not respect, that is strategy. But if you are genuinely kind to everyone, that is character. And character is what people truly admire. There are 4 simple levels of respect that others will notice immediately. First, respect their time. Being on time and not talking endlessly shows that you value their life. It signals that you are mature and serious. Second, respect their voice. When they speak, let them finish. Do not interrupt just to show that you are smart. Listening without cutting them off shows emotional intelligence. Third, respect their boundaries. Do not get too personal too fast. A respectful person allows closeness to grow naturally rather than forcing it. Finally, respect is about creating a sense of peace. When someone feels respected around you, they might forget the specific words you used, but they will never forget how they felt. They will remember that they felt calm and valued. In a world full of noise and stress, that feeling is rare. If you can be the person who brings that sense of peace into a room, you become someone people naturally want to be around. Respect is your invisible armor. It protects your reputation because it proves that your kindness is not a performance. It is who you are. Lesson 7. The power of positivity. Becoming the calm in the storm. We often think that being positive means acting like everything is perfect or forcing a fake smile when things go wrong. But that is not what positivity really is. In a first meeting, a positive attitude is a sign of emotional stability. It tells the other person that you are safe, that you are not going to be a source of stress, and that you have the internal strength to handle life's challenges without falling apart. In a world where many people are stressed, anxious, or quick to complain, a positive person feels like a breath of fresh air. Imagine you are meeting someone new. If they spend the first 10 minutes talking about how bad their boss is or how difficult their life is, you immediately feel a sense of heaviness. You want to step back. But if they speak with calm hope and focus on solutions, you feel drawn to them. Positivity does not mean pretending you have no problems. It means you speak about your experiences with maturity. Instead of saying, "My job is a nightmare," you can say, "It was a challenging role, but it taught me a lot, and I am ready for the next step." One version focuses on the darkness, the other focuses on growth. People are naturally attracted to those who have control over their own emotions. When you bring positivity into a room, you are not just being nice, you are being a leader. You are showing that you do not panic easily and that you do not blame others for your circumstances. This is incredibly attractive because it shows you are a person who stays steady no matter what happens. Remember, people may forget the specific words you used, but they will never forget the energy you brought into the room. Be the person who brings light, not the person who brings the clouds. If you can master this, you will find that people do not just want to work with you, they want to be around you. Lesson 8. Clear communication. Speak to be understood. Communication is not about using big words or sounding like a dictionary. It is not about talking as fast as you can to show how much you know. Real communication is about simplicity. It is about making sure the other person understands you without any effort. When you speak clearly, people automatically assume you are intelligent, confident, and mature. Here is how to make your speech more powerful. First, slow down. When you feel pressure in a new meeting, your brain wants to speed up your words. But fast speech is a classic sign of nervousness. If you want to sound like you are in control, intentionally slow down your pace by about 20%. It makes your English sound stronger and more deliberate. Second, use short sentences. Long, complicated sentences create confusion, while short, direct ones create clarity. Clarity builds trust. Instead of rambling through a long explanation, say what you mean and then stop. Do not be afraid of silence. A brief pause shows that you are comfortable and not desperate for approval. Third, watch your tone. You can say the most perfect words in the world, but if your tone is cold or robotic, you will not build a connection. Your voice should be warm and steady. It should sound human. A warm tone makes people feel safe talking to you, and when people feel safe, they open up. Finally, ask great questions. In your first meeting, you do not need to prove how smart you are. You need to show how well you think. Ask questions like, what do you value most in your work? Or what has been your biggest challenge lately? These questions show that you are a thinker, not just a talker. Think of your communication like a building. If the structure is straight and balanced, people feel safe entering. If your words are clear and organized, people feel safe listening to you. That is how you turn a simple conversation into a lasting impression. Lesson 9. The essence of confidence: being comfortable in your own skin. Confidence is often misunderstood. Many people think it means acting like you are better than everyone else, or wearing a mask of perfection. But true confidence is actually the opposite. It is simply being comfortable with who you are. In a first meeting, most people try to hide their true selves because they fear judgment. They act stiff, they play a role, and they try too hard to impress. But the human brain is highly sensitive. It can feel when something is fake, and that feeling creates distance. Real confidence is calm and natural. It means you do not feel the need to prove your worth. You do not fear silence, and you do not beg for approval. You speak with a sense of certainty, and you accept yourself without needing to apologize. This makes you look grounded, and grounded people are naturally respected. If you want to feel this kind of confidence, try the 10-second reset before you enter a room. Take one deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Lift your chin just a little, and walk in slowly with a natural smile. This simple act shifts your nervous energy into a calm presence. Many people close themselves off because they are afraid of saying the wrong thing. But openness means you allow the conversation to be human. You share your thoughts honestly, you listen, and you stay present. Think of the sun. It does not try to impress anyone. It does not shout or compete. It simply shines, and because it shines naturally, everything around it receives light and warmth. People do not question the sun. They just feel its presence. Confidence works exactly like that. When you are open and authentic, you do not need to force attention. You simply show up as yourself. That quiet strength is what people respect the most. Remember, confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you practice. You build it every time you step into a new room, every time you speak up, even when you are nervous, and every time you learn from a mistake instead of quitting. Every interaction is a training ground. Keep practicing, and eventually, this calm, confident presence will become your normal way of being. You do not need to act big to stand out. You just need to be real. Closing thoughts: your path to lasting impact. We have covered a lot today. Remember, leaving a great first impression is not about performing a series of tricks or trying to be someone you are not. It is about your energy. It is about how you make people feel when they are in your presence. When you walk into a room, people do not just hear your words, they feel your discipline, your self-respect, and your stability. If you practice these principles consistently, staying calm, listening more than you speak, maintaining your turnout, and treating everyone with genuine respect, you will notice a change. Not just in how people react to you, but in the opportunities that start to come your way. People naturally open doors for those they feel good around. The most important takeaway is this: you do not need to act powerful to be respected. You just need to be the kind of person who is steady, clear, and real. Start applying these small shifts today. Don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on being a little better with every interaction. Your next meeting, your next conversation, or your next interview could be the one that changes everything for you. Thank you for watching. I hope you found these tips helpful for your personal growth and your English journey. If you want to keep building your confidence and improving your communication, make sure to subscribe. I share new strategies regularly to help you speak better, think smarter, and become more confident in every area of your life. Now, go out there, be present, and make your mark.